All right, this is Dave Mendonca here, going back in the time machine with Mike. Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
What up, Mike?
I live in the time machine, Dave.
Is that right?
I've never left the time machine. Have you not listened to this show?
Yes, I have. A few episodes, yes.
All right, save that fire. We're going to get into it. Nostalgia time. Nostalgia alert. Shout out to Storm and Norman Rumack. Welcome to episode 1856 of Toronto Mic'd, an award-winning podcast proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery. Order online at greatlakesbeer.com for free, local, home delivery in the GTA. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Visit palmapasta.com for more. Fusion Corp's own Nick Iones. He's the host of Building Toronto Skyline and the new Mike and Nick, Left versus Right, two podcasts that you ought to listen to. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. And Ridley Funeral Home, pillars of the community since 1921. Joining me today, making his Toronto Mic'd debut, it's Dave Mendonca.
Yes. Let's go, man. Mike, thank you,
We've already gone.
Let's go. God, listen, listeners, that is like a live reading. Like, this is not like a pre-recorded intro. Like, that takes guts, Mike.
Does it? I like to walk on the high wire here. Tell me, I don't go on a lot of podcasts. Do podcasts typically have a canned intro?
Yes, they do. Especially if there's sponsors involved, definitely.
Right.
But yeah,
is that because they're chicken shit, Dave? They're afraid they're gonna mess up the live read.
Absolutely. But this guy's got balls, man. Mike's got.
I do have balls. I do. Dave, thank you. It's about time a guest came on and told the listenership I have balls. Okay.
There you go.
You brought me a gift, and I rudely rejected it in the driveway. And I said, Dave, take back this damn gift and give it to me on the recording. I don't want to talk to you. I was kind of rude to you, was I not?
Very, very much so. I was quite offended. I was about to just leave. But
this is the new thing. Ever since I won my prestigious podcast award, I've decided to treat my guests like dicks. Like I'm treating you so rudely because I don't want to hear a syllable from Dave Mendonca until we start recording. But we're recording right now. What do you have for me there?
So here's the thing. You know, okay, my background's Southern European. Okay, my parents are Portuguese, that kind of thing. Okay. So Southern European culture, when you go to somebody's house.
Yeah.
I'm in his basement, guys. I am in Mike's basement.
I live here. I live in this house.
So he was very kind to invite me over. So I'm not going to bring wine. It's like the middle of the afternoon, like lunchtime. I thought, get some Timbits.
Okay, thank you, man.
There you go, bro.
So thank you.
Thanks, man.
I hope I wasn't too rude to you before we pressed record. But really, thank you for being here.
No worries.
Because I joked in that little intro there that I feel like almost every episode of Toronto Mic'd has a healthy wallop of nostalgia baked in.
Yeah, I love it.
And you're like emerging. You're self-appointed, maybe. We're going to talk about it, but you're the nostalgia guy.
Yeah, man. Like, I got this TikTok called Nostalgia A, and that's all I do, man.
EH. Like A, right? I'm just letting the listeners know.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Canadian, right? So it's like 80s and 90s nostalgia. Like, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm on the younger end of Gen X.
Were you born in the 80s?
No.
Okay, then that's fine.
Late 70s.
Okay.
Late 70s. So, yeah, man. So I love this stuff. You know, I've always been a trivia guy. I just consumed TV movies back in the day, 80s and 90s. So
listen, you and I both. I feel like this chat, we can go anywhere you want, okay? I'm just telling you, the only rule is there's no rules.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to give you some gifts because you're here now and you gave me a gift, but we're going to just mix it up, man.
Okay.
Like, I have a few little notes because I'm like, who was a Dave Mendonca before this? And I'll just confess to you right now, I don't have a TikTok account. I'm not on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never been on. I don't actually have a ping to see what's going on there. Okay. Maybe that says I'm some kind of a Luddite or something. I don't know. We're gonna get into it. You do well,
man. You do well.
Well, we're gonna spend a half an hour with you telling me how well I do. You can teach me. But I am always I'm thinking now of like FOTM Hall of Famer Retro Ontario Ed Conroy. Okay. Do you know this name, Retro Ontario?
Retro Ontario, yes. I do know that.
So Retro Ontario, forever, he's been stirring up the nostalgia mix, and then I've been spreading it like manure on my lawn at torontomike.com, and now I have a podcast, and I'm having people on to just let's talk about this and that.
Yeah.
I told you when you parked in my driveway that the guy who just rolled out of that driveway, one-time fastest man in the world, two-time gold medal recipient, Donovan Bailey. And he comes over once a week. I'm honored to produce his podcast, and we hang out. He was just here, and I'll tell you right now, when I see Donovan Bailey, I feel pangs of nostalgia.
1996, man.
1996.
That's right, man. Olympics, come on.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you and I are both Gen Xers. We remember 96, but I'm telling you, that's like one shade of nostalgia, right? When you remember that time when Canada had the fastest man in the world, and there was no positive drug result coming.
Yeah, he was legit. Do you remember when Donovan and Michael Johnson had that one-on-one race at the Dome?
Of course I do. 150
and then
meters.
Michael Johnson just pulled up lame, the hamstring. You remember that?
Yeah, and Donovan called him chicken.
That's right. Yeah,
and then recently on maybe it was TikTok somewhere, Michael Johnson responded to those comments, and I had Donovan back on the show to respond to those comments. But we all watched that 150-meter race, right?
Oh man, it was hilarious. It's too much fun, man. Too much fun. So okay, let's talk nostalgia here, man. I'm looking at your wall here. Yeah. He's got like an old Shoppers Drug Mart. Is that an '80s Blue Jays calendar?
86.
There? 86. So we're talking Jesse Barfield, Lloyd Mosby, all those guys.
Yeah,
right?
I stuck it on May 1986 because that was George Bell's month, and George Bell was my favorite Blue Jay.
George Bell. All right, man. So did you know Cecil Fielder? I think he was on that team as well. Do you remember Cecil Fielder?
Oh my God.
The Tigers?
See, you know what? I'm worried about this convo because these are, do I remember the 150-meter race between Michael Johnson and Donovan Bailey? Do I remember Cecil Fielder? Like, I feel like we got to kick that up a few notches. Like, of course I remember Cecil Fielder.
I'm just testing the waters here. I'm seeing Maestro Fresh West, 1989.
Testing the waters. Have you ever heard an episode of Toronto Mike? I'm getting angry over here. I'm going to be throwing Timbits at you in a minute. But you must know that I'll remember Cecil Fielder, and you must know I'll remember the 150-meter race at the Dome, the Sky Dome, between Michael Johnson and Donovan Bailey.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, sorry. Guys, I think he's like a little offended right now. I'm sorry. Like, I brought Timbits. I thought it was, nice here. And
so what? Sorry, you were saying something about the Maestro.
Yeah, I just noticed it.
Okay.
Is that his album there?
That's his 12-inch for, preface that, that's his 12-inch single for Let Your Backbone Slide, 1989.
Right.
Which I bought that in 1989, so I was a huge Maestro fan from the first moment I heard Let Your Backbone Slide.
Okay. Solid jumping point.
And I thought to myself, and maybe Maestro heard me think this, and he stole it for a future name of an album. But I said to myself, ready for this? I said, nah, this kid can't be from Canada.
Nice.
Right, isn't that good there?
Terrific actor, too. Maestro Fresh West. Did you know that?
Well, I know he was in Mr. D.
That's right, Mr. D.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Maestro's acting, but I understand he's multi-talented. And he lives in New Brunswick now. Did you know that?
I did not know that, man.
He left us, and he lives in St. John, New Brunswick now. He's a Maritimer now.
Good for him, man. That's awesome. I love Maestro.
So, Dave, before we get into more nostalgia, that was all a teaser. Do you think maybe we could spend a couple of minutes, who were you before the TikTok channel? And what's the name of your TikTok channel again?
Nostalgia E-H.
Right.
E-H.
And by any chance, does that content go anywhere else, or is this like a TikTok thing?
It's a TikTok thing. That's where I'm growing the whole shebang.
Gotcha.
And, but yeah, man, Mike, it's been quite the ride career journey-wise, man. Do you have time?
Let's make time for it. Okay, so tell me, because I know you have a bit of a sports media background, but let's go back even further.
Dude, yes.
Tell me the abridged version of the Dave Mendonca biography, and that gets you to the score and the sports media, and then we'll weave some questions into that, and then we'll get you to the nostalgia.
Gotcha. Okay, so basically Toronto-born, but grew up in Brampton, Ontario during the 80s and 90s. So during that time, I became a sports fan, did the local Rogers TV stuff, play by
Cable 10.
You got it, man. I was all over that stuff. So I was doing that, reporting, and then, I used to actually go to school with Sid Sixero of The Score back in the day. We went to Humber College together.
The Sid Sixero, who is now a podcaster himself.
Yeah, he's doing all right,
Just launched it, right?
Exactly. So Sid and I, we took the Humber radio broadcasting program together for a couple of years back in the day. So he got to headline sports first, which later became The Score.
Right.
And he's like, hey, Dave, man, why don't you come on in? I could get you an audition to like be a voiceover guy at The Score. So I went in there, and there you go. Like I nailed it. And I was
Is this King and Peter Street? Like,
you got it, man.
Yeah, I can see the Blue Jays Way. Well, one side is Blue Jays Way.
Yeah.
The other side is Peter Street, right?
You got it, man. So that's where I landed at The Score. Thanks to Sid. Sid got me the audition. And the rest is history. I was a voiceover guy for like 8 years and did some part-time TV reporting.
Amazing. So I'm going to ask you, did you cross paths at The Score with people like, was Mark Hebscher there?
He was just before my time. I started
before your time.
in 99. He left, I think, in 98 or 97.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so this is where
Okay.
this is where Tim and Sid is born, right?
You got it. Totally during that era. You got it, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
My buddy Elvis, who listeners know, he comes over for Festivus and he often co-hosts the live events I have at Palma's Kitchen. Dave, you should come to the next TMLX event at Palma's Kitchen, which won't be till either late November or early December. I have to pick a date. But you should come to that because we record live and everybody eats Palma pasta for free.
Legendary. I've heard about these guys.
Okay, would you receive from me, this is a very loaded question here, would you receive from me a large beef lasagna that has that's sitting in my freezer upstairs right now? Would you take that home with you today, Dave?
I would happily take that home. Thank you.
Will you report back on what you thought of the delicious? I'm tainting the ecosystem here, but what I deem to be the delicious Palma pasta lasagna.
Absolutely. I'm totally game, man. Totally.
Okay, so you got your lasagna. What I think pairs nicely with Palma pasta lasagna is a can of fresh beer from Great Lakes Brewery. Can I send you home with some fresh craft beer from GLB?
Absolutely. Man.
Did you know you were going to get all this swag?
I didn't know about these perks, man. I swear. When I rolled
You're not
up,
listening very closely. Please continue. Sorry.
Well, I didn't know you gave it out to everybody.
Well, come on.
I wanted to feel special, right?
Everybody in person, I just did a great episode of Linda Cash, whose mom, do you know the name Maureen Forrester?
I know Linda Cash, cream cheese lady.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her. So her mom
Yeah.
is probably Canada's most famous opera singer.
Wow.
She's sadly no longer with us. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. But Maureen Forrester, mother of Linda Cash, I just spent a little time off the top of that episode listening to Maureen Forrester, that gorgeous angelic voice, and listening to Maureen Forrester with Maureen Forrester's daughter, Linda, on the line with me was quite a moment. So people definitely don't skip Linda Cash. But Linda Cash was a remote and did not receive all this swag.
Okay. I was wondering how we're going to get back to that, but you tied it up nicely.
Well, you're here to keep me, you're here to keep me in check. You have the MSM experience. I do not. But I'm going to give you, because I mentioned Ridley Funeral Home, a measuring tape, Dave, from Ridley Funeral Home.
Are you serious, man?
I would never,
ever
lie to you. So thank you to Ridley Funeral Home, and they have a great podcast called Life's Undertaking.
Is that seriously the name? Wow.
Life's Undertaking. We record every 2 weeks. Brad Jones from Ridley Funeral Home drops by. He'll knock on the side door. He'll come down here. It's about a half an hour every 2 weeks. Wow. It's pretty great. Like, I highly recommend Life's Undertaking. And while you're subscribing to podcasts, I want to let the listenership know that Nick Iones has a couple of great podcasts. One is brand new and features a lot of me, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, depending what you think of me. But I want people to know Building Toronto Skyline. We drop new episodes every 2 weeks. That's Nick Iones' podcast. And there's a new one called, it's called Mike and Nick Left versus Right, where we literally just chat for about 25 to 30 minutes about what's happening in this mad, mad world, Dave, because it's pretty chaotic, and we try to have civil discussions. We bring our unique perspectives to the table, and we just chat it out.
Got it. Okay. Well,
you got it? You're going to subscribe? Let me see that phone. Whip out that phone and subscribe.
It's charging right now. It's somewhere down there.
Do you find you've got a drawer at home full of chargers of old phones? Like maybe you had a phone you haven't had in 20 years, but you still have the charger?
Absolutely. Chargers of all sorts, man. Phones, laptops. You got it.
I'm going to help you out here, Dave, because I like you, and we're going to mix it up. Pure nostalgia the rest of the way.
Okay.
If you go to recyclemyelectronics.ca, and you put in your postal code, you'll find out where you can drop off those cables, those devices, the computers, the old electronics to be properly recycled so those chemicals do not end up in our landfill.
Oh, wow. This is great. You're quite the pitch man.
Well, that's it for my pitches. And if you want me to pitch your stuff, Mike at TorontoMike.com, there's room for one more partner.
Love it.
So maybe, Dave, I could pitch Nostalgia A on TikTok. Okay, so all the listeners on TikTok are already there to check out what you got.
Okay, cool, man.
But we're going to mix it up. So when you're at the Score, do you cross paths with, and maybe he's gone by then, Elliot Friedman?
Absolutely. Great guy, so knowledgeable, so down to earth. You know, I don't know, when he gets into a room, he's just a cool guy to be around, and he has time for everybody. He's not a diva. Elliot is not a diva. I haven't seen him in a while, but I know when I worked at the Score, he had time for everybody. And such a talent, man. Such a multimedia talent.
Well, your first sign somebody is a decent person is they'll carve out 90 minutes of their life to spend in your South Etobicoke basement. Because Sid Seixeiro won't do that.
Listen, man, I can't speak for Sid.
I'm blaming you.
No, don't blame me, man. You know, Sid's got his reasons, but I'm sure, like, if you reached out to Elliot, has Elliot been on the show?
Yeah, he's been over. He was an early guy to come over, actually.
Wow.
Kudos to Elliot because he didn't wait for this, roster of 800 heavyweights to whatever, 1,000 heavyweights. He was an early adopter. He came over, sat right there. We had a great chat. Loved it very much. By the way, when I brought up Elvis earlier, I'm going to just tie this back and then we're going to get into it. Because Elvis has this love-hate relationship with Sid Seixeiro where I think he loves to hate him. Like it's a wild dynamic. But he was telling me the other day on WhatsApp, he was telling me Sid Seixeiro is talking on his podcast about these expensive watches that don't have batteries in it. And he was like, this man is a lunatic. What's your thoughts on wearing a watch that doesn't actually work?
I wouldn't do it. I have a phone, has time on it. It's not my thing.
Is your watch literally just for styling? Like you're not even going to put a battery in it so you can know it will have an accurate time on it?
Again, I don't know what's going through his head. It's not a move I would do, but I'm sure he has his reasons, man.
But do you think somebody who would wear a watch and not even consider putting a battery in because they don't care that it actually works, a bit of a madman, maybe a lunatic? Would you alert authorities?
Not me, man. I think he's got something around fashion. Maybe it's a fashion statement. I don't know.
Okay, you're a friend of Sid. You're careful here. Okay, I won't call the authorities yet, but Sid, the door's still open if you want to come over. By the way, just one note on Elliot here.
Yeah.
Get serious before we get nostalgic here. And I even have a quick audio clip from a diehard listener. Surname is Draper. I'm trying to remember first name. I think it's Dawn. So I'm going to play that from this guy, okay?
Sure.
But Elliot Friedman, I think it's the most recent Hockey Night in Canada telecast, which would have been Saturday night. During the second intermission, he said this line, and I want you to tell me what you think of this line, okay?
All right.
It's like dating. The more they say no, the better they look. Okay? This is the line, okay?
Okay.
So it's kind of sparked some interesting I think some good conversations. Like the only opinion on this I think that matters is what women think of it. I don't think it matters what us two dudes think of it. Okay. But I am, because you're in my basement right now, Dave.
Right.
What do you think about that line? It was an off-the-cuff remark. It's like dating. The more they say no, the better they look.
Elliot said this. Okay. This conversation has totally gone off the rails. I was not expecting this to happen.
You need to do some research because I didn't know if you were following this or not, but I say that's one of those lines. I bet you anything Elliot would tell you. Right. He'd take it back if he could.
Okay.
He wasn't well considered, well thought out. And there's nothing, and I don't know why I'm speaking for Elliot. Elliot can speak for Elliot, but I'm certain that there's nothing nefarious meant by that. But I would bet if he could redo that intermission, he would use a different metaphor.
Absolutely. I don't know what he was thinking in that moment in time.
I think the spirit of what he's saying is that, it's like when there's some psychological dynamic where the person who doesn't want you and then you start to want them more or whatever. But I think he'd take it back and maybe don't use the dating metaphor for the hockey trades, etc.
Right. Yeah. Just had to phrase it differently. Yeah, man.
Phrasing, mother. So before you became Nostalgia Man, am I right that you got to speak with the legend that is Vince Carter? Am I right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I covered the Raptors as a part-time reporter with the Score in the early to mid 2000s, and I would routinely bump into Vince like in the locker room after games, before games, stuff like that. Nice guy, always had time for you, kind of thing. Like Vince was always a good guy to me.
So he was always pleasant to you, right?
Absolutely. Like I felt personally he got an unfair shake, but
he quit on us. Like he did stop dunking. Do you remember this?
But
sure you do.
But there's also the story that at the last ditch effort he tried to get back, but the deal was already done, that kind of thing. Come on, man, get that statue up for Vince. Get it up for him.
Do you think that should be the first statue for Raptors?
Oh man, I know. Yeah, Kyle did a lot of things. Obviously, man, I'm torn. Kyle won it. I get it, but Vince was the launch pad, man. Like he put
I'm with you.
The city on the map and
Air Canada.
Exactly. In my opinion, I think he should be the first to get.
In my opinion, he was half man, but he was half amazing.
Oh my god, dude, man!
You're gonna ask me if I remember that now.
Oh,
so
wow.
I would say, I was a huge Vince fan, and I would honor him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. But because I lived it, and you were living it closer than I was. But I distinctly remember we had that GM. Babcock.
Rob Babcock. Yeah.
Right, Rob Babcock. Yeah. Babcock. And it was a bad time for Vince and everything, but without a doubt, he wanted out and he definitely stopped giving 100% on the court. Like, it's tough when your star player decides he's going to half-ass it until he's out of town. And then when he goes out of town, I think he went to New Jersey, then he'll turn it on and he'll give 100% again. Like, that is a bitter pill to Paulo. A bitter pill to swallow.
No, I get it, man. No, you're right. Listen, man, he didn't, at the tail end there, he was fed up. There's no doubt about it, and there's no excuse for that. But when you look back at his contributions, man, like, I think, I can't speak for everybody in the fan base, but I know for me, all is forgiven, man.
All's forgiven? Well, let me ask you one last thing about Vince, because I was reading that you were interviewing him.
Yeah.
The day of Game 7. Philadelphia 76ers, okay?
Yeah.
Allen Iverson. You might remember this game.
Yeah.
Ask me if I remember this game.
I'm guessing somebody's offended here. I'm sorry.
I'm offended that you didn't think I remembered Cecil Fielder. Like, that's like, I'm older than you. Remember that, okay?
Okay.
So respect your elders. But here we go, Dave. I'm asking the big question here is, and I know it was important to him, but should he have gone to his convocation at North Carolina the same day as Game 7 of the second round? Like, when I say it out loud now, he sounds crazier than Sid Sixero.
If it were me, Mike, I would have played the game. I would have not gone. I would have focused.
I wish it was you. You might have won that game.
Yeah, man. But he was so close. He was close.
No, he was close. It was a three-pointer that rimmed out. And if it goes, of course, close only counts in, grenades and horseshoes. Okay, that's when it counts here. I think that's actually, like, if I knew there was a big Game 7 second round for the Maple Leafs, let's say, which happened last season, and Austin Matthews was going to go to his graduation in another country and then fly back for Game 7, we'd roast that SOB, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we did. I mean, I'm still roasting him today, so maybe Vince did pay, but come on.
No, I'm with you, man. Yeah, okay, at the time, sure, yeah, he deserved that criticism for sure. But when you look at the total body of work, the impact, I don't think he needs to be hated anymore.
Last question on the interviews before it's all nostalgia the rest of the way.
Okay, sure, man.
You interviewed Beyonce?
Yes. All right. So this was when I was an entertainment, like, print reporter. Okay, I was like a freelance guy. This was after the Score. I was like a freelancer. So I was doing a phone interview with Beyonce. Okay, so the lead up to that, so you don't just get Beyonce out of the blue, like me being a total nobody, right? So here's the deal.
Yeah, like, how did you get on the phone with Beyonce?
Absolutely. So I used to write for this magazine, online magazine called The Tub. It was like a Southern California based online magazine in like 2007, 2008. Okay, so I know it's so weird, man. It's so random. So I'm like, you know what? Like, it was a magazine about music, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I reached out, like, at the time, Solange, Beyonce's sister, right? Had like a CD out early that year, 2008. I reached out to her dad, Matthew Knowles, who at the time was the manager for Solange and Beyonce.
Right.
So back then, I'm like, here's a strategy, right? Okay, guys, this is what we do. We reach out to Solange, Matthew, and pitch it. Hey man, we'll do a little piece about her, and he bit. He's like, yo, let's do Solange for sure. So I did a little write-up on her, like after I interviewed her via phone as well. So here's my strategy. The strategy was, okay, so you do Solange, get her out there, show Matthew the piece. He liked the piece. 6 months later, we got to get Beyonce because she had a CD later that year. That's what I did. Paint by numbers, Mike.
You played the long game.
You got it, man.
And that's smart. Like when I had Paul Myers on, because I figured I'll parlay this into Mike Myers.
There you go.
Didn't work for me. I'm still waiting for the Mike Myers exclusive. One day.
It's gestating. It'll get there, man.
It's happening.
But yeah, so that's how it worked, man. Then I reached out to Matthew again 6 months later, and he's like, yes. So the next step was, I think it was Beyonce's like label rep, PR rep, reached out to me, and we teamed up on like scheduling. And then I finally got her on the phone. So this was back in 2008. I'm in my Scarborough apartment. It was like Pharmacy and Finch.
Right.
I was in my bedroom, carpeted bedroom, blue paint in the bedroom for some reason. And I was sitting on the floor. I had a recording device connected to my phone back then, okay, to record the interview.
Right.
And here's me just sitting in my shorts, just sitting on the carpet, and just I'm with Beyonce. I had to psych myself up beforehand. I'm like, okay, dude. Okay, you're about to talk to Beyonce. She's just a girl, man. She's just a girl. You got this.
That's no doubt. I'm just a girl.
You got it. So I get on the line with her, talk to the PR person first, and then we get into the convo. And I'm just asking her about her career. I'm asking
how
her,
long did you get with Beyonce?
I
have interviewer guy questions now.
Yeah,
how
no
long
worries,
did they
man.
give you?
I think I got like a good 10 minutes with her via phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the PR person, were they very specific, very clear with you where you could go and where you couldn't go in that 10 minutes?
Yeah, there were guardrails. Like you couldn't, there was something, you couldn't get personal or anything like that, any personal stuff.
You can't ask about what the hell happened in that elevator with Jay-Z and Solange. Like, remember that? That was the moment I'd be asking 10 minutes on that. And the PR person would come on and say, this conversation is over.
Oh, yeah. She would cut you off so bad, man.
What do you think of these guardrails? Like, I understand that Beyonce's at a level where she can dictate the rules. If you want to talk to her for 10 minutes, these are the rules. I understand that's her right as a human being on this planet Earth. But as an interviewer, man, that sucks, right? Like, but you have two things, right? There's one thing is you're under this banner called Tub, right? Like, so you're representative of Tub capturing this conversation.
Actually not.
Okay.
No, this is the little...
That's how you got the first one.
That's how I got the first one.
Gotcha.
But once I landed Solange...
Right.
Once I got Solange, I cleared it with Matthew to get Beyonce. I reached out to Houston Press, Costco Connection, all these bigger outlets. And that's when Matthew's like once I got the okay from these bigger outlets, he's like, okay, let's do it.
Okay.
So I was representing Houston,
Gotcha.
Houston Press and stuff like that.
Okay, but you followed the rules you were given.
You got it, man, because you got to understand, I was an absolute nobody, freelance guy type of thing. So
you weren't the nostalgia guy yet.
I wasn't big time yet. I didn't want to rattle the nest, man,
Okay, so now it's all nostalgia the rest of the way, okay?
Let's see.
So I got a quick comment. I'm playing about 7 seconds from this guy named Don Draper. You ready?
Don Draper, yes. Let's go.
Nostalgia. It's delicate, but potent.
Did you, Dave Mendonca, ever watch Mad Men?
Bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. Okay, so there's probably the best scene in the whole damn series is a pitch to Kodak.
Right.
By Don Draper regarding what they call now the carousel, but they were calling it the wheel.
Right.
And it's basically this, he talks about nostalgia and this guy Teddy and what is nostalgia and how the memories that come back in this carousel. Like, and there's a whole moment where he's like, it's not a wheel, it's a carousel. And then honestly, even thinking about it now, like this is so I wanted to play a little clip, but that's for the Mad Men heads out there. But can you, we're going to talk about what is nostalgia, and then we're going to talk about nostalgic things.
Sure.
Because I love this topic very much.
I love it.
But why do you think nostalgia is so hot right now?
Dude, we live in a very crazy world, man. And people crave simpler times, connections to times, that gave them joy, that it was less complicated. It reminding them of people they love that are no longer there anymore. It's just... it's such a touchstone, man. It instantly gets you back in time. Like when you're exposed to a piece of music, a piece of video, print, whatever, smells. It's such a powerful thing. I swear to God, man, every time like you go on social media, like Facebook or TikTok, whatever, anything nostalgia based, right away, it's like hundreds of thousands of people are part of those groups or part of those pages. There's a reason, man, because we're all craving simpler times.
Like, I think I referenced this off the top, but we live in chaotic times. It is the world seemingly on fire.
Yeah.
And if you can go back and remember a time when things at least were seemingly simpler. Yeah. I'm not saying they were simpler, but they were, we didn't have the social media and the AI and all this and the bots and all this. So a return to a seemingly simpler time can be rather soothing. But Dave, before you even comment on that, you will admit there is and I think this is in that Mad Men, I only pulled the 7 seconds, but like there's a bittersweet component to nostalgia because you're going back to a simpler time in the vein of that is the past tense and we don't live there anymore.
That's the heartbreaking part of it, right? And that's the yearning for it. You get the bitter with the sweet, right? When you think about nostalgia, there's no doubt about it. But it makes it so powerful, man, when you have that kind of connection to it. Because you're right. You feel sad about it, but there's also like a gratefulness that it happened. An appreciate, at least for me, there's an appreciation, but you want more of it. You want to get back.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword, really, because I'm with you that there is absolutely a comfort, especially in these stressful times. There's a comfort in looking back at when times were seemingly better and seemingly simpler. And then you have the bittersweet part, which is that is in the shout out to Pearl Jam. That's in the rear view mirror.
Yeah.
And you can't go home again. You can't go back.
So, Mike, tell me something, man. When you were
Dave.
When you were growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm still growing up, but yeah.
You're still growing up. Okay, so say today, right? Say, is there like a place today that you visit or like drive past that whenever you go there, it just takes you back? Is there a place like that for you, like a restaurant or like a playground? I don't know.
Oh, so I would say Lake Ontario. Like I've found great peace and comfort in riding along the lake. And I wonder sometimes, well, there's many reasons for this. One of which is it's a freaking lake. Like what a beautiful piece of nature or whatever.
Sure.
But the other is it feels like a constant. Like I can remember being like, 12 years old and riding the Martin Goodman Trail in that same lake. Like everything's so different now, the city, but the waterfront is relatively unchanged over the last, 4 or 5 decades.
Right.
Like it's just, this is how pretty much how it looked in 1985.
85, my goodness.
Do you remember 85?
I do. I was a little kid.
Do you remember the drive of 85?
Of course, AL East champs, right? Come on, man.
First time, and that 7-game series against the Royals, which was the first time the ALCS was a best of 7. Prior to that, it was a best of 5, and of course, we won't mention what. Well, Jim Sundberg's bases loaded wind-aided triple off the top of the fence at Exhibition Stadium, but the guy who stood on his head, and I don't understand now. At the time, I understood, but now I don't understand why we didn't just walk him.
Right?
Why did we pitch to George Brett?
He was red hot, man, during the
white hot. Shout out to Red Ryder and Tom Cochran.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just a bad move, man.
Well, you know what? That's another thing about things that, hindsight is 20/20. So
Do you remember in that series, Dave Steeb, like in that year, he had the most incredible slider, vapor lock slider. Like later in that series, the Royals got to him, but the first game or so, like he was just
I think he ran out of gas because that's back. They used to pitch, believe it or not. I know you're old enough to remember they would pitch 9 innings a game sometimes.
Oh yeah, I miss those days. Enough of these freaking pull your starter in the 5th inning now. Forget that, man.
Oh, was it Berrios who was pulled in the 4th or after 4 or something like that? But of course I remember Dave Steeb had that run. Loved him, and I recently did an episode of the guys behind the Twitter feed, Today in Dave Steeb History, in which we basically, and Stephen Brunt was on the show as well.
Awesome.
But we lobbied for Dave Steeb to be reconsidered for the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Ooh, okay. That's a little controversial. I love Dave Steve.
Well, it's not going to happen, first of all.
Okay,
but we can lobby it.
Okay, good. Okay, you can call. Yeah, you can
Like,
lobby
it's not
it.
like we're close, right?
Okay, yeah. Like I love Dave. If you're listening, man, I loved you, man. Back in the day, like a great pitcher in the '80s, but Hall of Fame, no.
But why do you think so definitively no? I funny. I had Rance Mullinax on the show recently, and I asked him, like,
I
I thought it was a slam dunk because I said, Rance,
Right.
should Dave Steve be in Cooperstown? And I'm ready for him to say yes. Like, he played with the man. Like,
Right.
The numbers support it. It's just he didn't have the wins, and he didn't have the Cy Young awards, and he didn't have the World Series titles, etc. He didn't play in a World Series.
You got it. Like, listen, man. When I think Hall of Fame,
But Rance said no.
smart. That's the correct answer. Like, and that's bold of him to say that because I know he was a teammate and stuff like that. But come on, man. Like Dave Steve. Like when I think dominance, like Dave was awesome, but I think Hall of Fame, you got to rack up the awards. You got to rack up the ERA titles and all that sort of thing.
But he played now. I'm here. I'm defending Dave again. But he
Okay.
played in Toronto.
Yes.
So that will inherently, especially in the early to mid 80s, when your team was pretty awful until 84, until 83. The
Right.
Jays were terrible.
Yeah.
So, but you're playing in another, like a foreign country. Like nobody's watching your games. We didn't have, we weren't able to watch a Jays game if you were out of market. Like you couldn't watch this team. Like you'd have to watch highlights, I suppose. But sometimes they didn't even have highlights. But it was tougher to get Cy Young votes when you play in Toronto, and he didn't get the wins. Like he never won 20 games in a season.
Dude, man.
But that's nostalgia, right? We're remembering Dave Steve
absolutely
grabbing his jock, right?
Yes.
He's tugging on his jock. And I was going to ask you, who's got the better mustache, Rance Mullinax or Dave Steve?
Ooh.
In his prime, of course.
I think, man, Rance was pretty fluffy. It was a little fluffier.
See, this is a question for the ages, and I'm not sure there's a correct answer. The correct answer is Rod Black.
Yes. In his heyday, for sure, man.
That's the correct answer.
Two caterpillars right there, man.
But all these gentlemen have shaved off their mustache. Like, they're all gone now. Dave Steve, I don't think, rocks it anymore. Rance took his off, and Rod Black took his off.
Is it maturity? Is it like they just feel like they're just not respected anymore?
Well, bring back the mustaches, everybody, because we need our nostalgia kick. So we agree that there's a great comfort in stressful times for nostalgia.
Yes.
I enjoy, God, any listener knows I enjoy going back. I did a whole episode recently on consumers distributing.
Yes. I did a TikTok post about that. It just blew up. So many people talking about the catalog.
Right.
How you had to fill it out, and then they get it in the back. And a lot of times they didn't get it. They didn't have it in stock or something.
Most of the time.
Which was very frustrating, right?
Did you guys on TikTok, did you discuss the personal massager?
I think one or two comments were...
Okay. You got to listen to this episode about consumers distributing. But why don't you drive a bit? I feel like I'm going to eat a couple of my Timbits here. By the way, you can have one as well. Do you want one?
Okay, yeah, man.
Grab a Timbit here. Okay,
sure,
so
sure.
Dave. So I'm going to chew on some Timbits. I feel like I had a guest recently. Oh, the teenager. He did speaking of nostalgia, there was a recent episode where a guy came over and we talked about being a teenager in the Swansea neighborhood of West Toronto in the 1970s. And he brought over donuts, and I was chewing on donuts during that episode. So I'm going to chew on some Timbits. But why don't you give us some specific Toronto / Canadian pop culture memories, and then I'll chime in, and then you can ask me if I remember it, and I'll get upset. Okay, go.
Okay, so I recently did a TikTok post about, I think it was called Funland Arcade on Yonge Street.
Of course.
Okay.
Across from Sam's.
You got across the street from Sam's. So I did.
well.
Yeah, so that was around for quite some time.
Loved it.
So like I wasn't around at during that time when it was in its heyday, but from all the comments they were saying what they would do is they would play hooky, from school. They would do the Sam's first. Mm-hmm. And then, get your whatever you got to get at Sam's, and then go over to arcade
Pick
play.
up your Glass Tiger album or cassette.
Yeah, exactly. Then they head on over to Funland, and they had a whole bunch of shooting games, gallery games, pinball machines were big. There's that was a big thing.
Absolutely.
And all the arcades, Pac-Man, and all that sort of thing. And people really dug it, man. That post got thousands upon thousands of comments and stuff.
Because that is something seemingly gone. I know that I can go to the Islington Queensway's Cineplex, and they have a pseudo arcade there, okay?
Yeah.
But I gotta go to the bank first and get a loan before I can afford to play those games. There was something about, at the time, it seemed like I could come up with a couple of bucks, We had $2 bills back then, and you could get 8 quarters, and I could play 8 games. And if you were pretty good at it, that could last you the whole trip. Like, it just seemed like this was an attainable activity for somebody who doesn't even have a job and just went downtown.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that place. I love all those arcades. And by the way, a little bit more bullshit. I loved Pac-Man, like many people our age.
Sure.
But I'm here to say, Miss Pac-Man, I never really could sense. The only thing I could see is, Pac-Man's wearing a bow in his hair. But the game itself, I couldn't tell the difference. And there was Pac-Man Jr. too. Like, the game seemed to be identical to me.
Yeah, it was lackluster. It didn't have the bravado.
Well, that's bullshit, right, Dave?
Absolutely, man. Like, yeah. I didn't play Miss Pac-Man. Like, I played it a little bit, not too as much as Pac-Man, but yeah, it just didn't have the oomph. I feel, that's for sure.
Hit me with some more. Okay, Funland. I love the arcade scene.
Okay. So also, how about like downtown when it was just the CN Tower, before the Dome? Like, what was Toronto like back then? I don't recall ever. I remember, yeah, okay. So I do recall a Toronto that didn't have the Dome, because I remember my parents driving us in to visit relatives downtown, that sort of thing. But I remember recently just seeing some images of just the CN Tower.
It was all the CN Rail, the circle tracks and everything.
Yeah.
So for me, I got a couple of years on you.
Yeah.
You're late 70s. I'm 74.
Okay.
So the thing we would do in high school was we'd jump on the TTC. We'd take the subway probably to Yonge and Bloor, and we'd go down to usually Dundas, but we'd start at the Eden Center. Like, it always began at the Eden Center, which, by the way, you were risking getting rolled for your Doc Martens, okay? But you knew it.
Boy.
Like, I don't know if that's the nostalgia you want to talk about, but without a doubt, it was a very real fear you might get rolled for your Docs. Like,
Seriously?
I got 4 kids. I don't remember ever having a chat with them. James, I know you're going downtown with your buddies. You might get rolled for your shoes. Like, this conversation hasn't happened. I don't think it's a fear anymore. But I'm being serious with you. It was a very real fear that you'd be swarmed, and they may demand your, 3-hole or 8-hole Doc Marten shoes.
Jeez, man.
Never happened to me. But
Right.
we all had stories in the schoolyard about people who knew people who it happened to. Like, it felt like very real fear.
So a lot of crime back then, no?
These swarms of unruly teens, unless a lot of this might have been legend, although in a minute I'll tell you about my C&E memories, which I witnessed it firsthand. It was not legend. But okay.
Oh my gosh.
We print the legend around here. No, we don't. But so it always began at Yonge and Bloor.
Right.
It always included a trip to Sam the Record Man, which was just across the street from the Eden Center. So not Yonge, sorry, it didn't start at Yonge Bloor. It started at Yonge and Dundas at the Eden Center. It always included going to the record shops. There were a few. Like, it wasn't just Sam's. Like, there was A&A, and then at some point, this was a big moment for us teens, 333 Yonge Street opened a brand new HMV.
Right.
This was a big deal.
Yeah,
Someone from Degrassi was working in that basement where the hip-hop was. Like, this was a big deal. I bumped into Kish one day.
Really?
Do you remember Kish?
Kish
was Order from Chaos. He had a big hit, Rhyme the World in 80 Days.
Right.
Yo, Kish, you came from Africa? No, Japan. So it was pretty cool stuff. But okay, so we'd start at Yonge and Dundas, and then we'd work our way north to Yonge and Bloor. Like, we'd do the system here. There was head shops we'd pop into. Speaking of docks, there was a place called, I think it was like College in Yonge, but it was called IXL, where you could get like a pair of docks for like $75, which was where we'd go and buy our shoes. And there was various hot spots along the way from Yonge Dundas walking north to Yonge and Bloor.
Wow.
That's what we did.
My gosh, that area's changed a lot, man.
It's changed a lot. Are you kidding me? It changed a whole lot. But that was the route, and we did that most weekends. We did that.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that was
man.
it. Like, you're Brampton. My
Brampton,
local station was Jane Station.
Okay.
So I had to take a bus, and then I would be at Jane Station, and then we'd head east, and then, like I said, Yonge and Bloor, and then shoot south to Dundas. But yeah, we had our routine. And then at some point when I was about 16, in the summer months, we started biking everywhere. And then the TTC got cut out because we just biked downtown. Like, biking became the way we got downtown. And and that became, when I was a teenager until I was in my early 20s, that became my go-to until for some reason, I don't know why, I stopped biking for 15 years, and then I started up again, and that's how I get around today.
You still bike?
I've already biked 10K today.
Oh, Good for you, man.
Thanks, Dave. Come on, pay attention. Come on. What do I bike? Get out of here, Dave. Okay. No, listen. So I'm hogging the time here, but please continue because I'm very curious when you're creating this content for TikTok.
Yeah.
Where do you get the maximum response? You mentioned you had a big response from consumers distributing, and I can't blame you. I got a big response from that too. But you talked about the arcade. But what other hotspots are there? Like, what are the go-to topics that you're going to get engagement from?
You know what? It's not even just like locations, restaurants, or like that kind of thing. It's people. Like Chef Pasquale. That thing just blew up on my TikTok.
I met him once. I met him at the CNE. He was signing autographs at the food building.
No way.
And I was working at the X, and then I had a break. Like I used to go get a Shopsy's sauce. Like it was a sauce, big. I don't know. I guess it was like a hot dog, a big hot dog from Shopsy's at the food building. It was like I can't remember. It was $2 or something. It was massive. And then I used to eat that almost every day. And then I would see who's signing autographs because the Hockey Hall of Fame was there. And then I would line up and meet like Eddie Olczyk or Todd Gill and all these people I get to meet.
Right.
And then this guy, there's a big lineup, and I didn't know who it was for. And I got in the line because I had some time. And then I get there, and it's Pasquale. And I remember he wanted, do you have a question? I don't know. He asked me what I wanted. I said, I just want an autograph.
Right.
And he kind of laughed. Like, it's like he knew this kid, this teen, had no Pasquale, like, frame. I think he sensed I didn't know who he was and didn't care who he was. And I got his autograph.
That's fantastic, man. Like, he touched so many lives, that guy. Okay, so many comments I would get about that guy was that, my grandmother, my nonna used to watch that guy.
Yeah.
My dad used to watch that guy, really connecting to like the family aspect of things. One guy even sent me like a picture of him with a cookbook, a Pasquale cookbook back in the day. And he had such a great run. He had the opera. He did the opera thing. He interacted with the crowd, like, the studio audience and stuff like that. This was all stuff.
He was a big deal.
It was a big deal, man.
What about Jan? You walk with Jan.
Oh, yeah. We did a post about him, but not as popular for some reason.
Not as popular. Jeez.
I loved Walk with Jan because he would like eat with like the studio audience. They come on out and then he would chop it up with them, but not as popular. I don't know why, because he was pretty big back then as well. But I don't know. I saw more of a family connection with like Pasquale, just really within like the Southern European community, Italians, Portuguese, Spanish.
All the
people.
Nonias.
You got it, man. He just racked it up.
Shout out to Palma Pasta. The Palma Petrucci recipe doesn't fail to disappoint. It doesn't fail.
Mike's a grizzled vet.
Never disappoints. Okay, so let me hit you with some more then. Maybe because, in fact, at some point were you going to get a video of me for TikTok, or didn't you send me a note about that? Or,
I did. You know what?
Mind?
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Okay, then because I was going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a post that got some great traction on TikTok regarding Mother's Pizzeria?
Mother's Pizzeria.
Does that mean anything?
That
to you?
definitely. Yes, I've done a post on that. It was all right. It got a lukewarm response. Nothing.
What's wrong with these followers? Okay, I would say if you said, Mike, you're going in the nostalgia time machine. You're going to go back to something that no longer exists and some feeling you had at some place before, be preteen. I'm not even a teenager yet. Right. But going to Mother's Pizza to me was the best. Okay. Yeah. I'd watch the ads with Dennis Weaver. Pizza pasta made perfect. Okay. I'd be at Mother's Pizza. You could get it's the only place I ever in my life remember getting a root beer float, believe it or not. Like it was just the decor. It was kind of like a Ponderosa style. I don't know what was going on with that decor, but the pizza, I love pizza anyway. I still love pizza, but that whole experience at Mother's Pizza, I wish I could experience that again, but as it was. And I want to pay, there was a Blue Jay link here, because at some point, the investors in Mother's Pizza included people like Ernie Witt and other members of my beloved 1980s Blue Jays. I wish I could remember who it was. Was Lloyd Moseby there? I'm not sure, but definitely Ernie Witt and others were involved in Mother's Pizzeria. Was
there like glass, like yellow glass in there?
You got the place. Yes, a lot of glass. Yeah. By the way, I just had a Timbit.
Yeah.
And it's clearly maple flavored, but there's actually like a filling in here I didn't expect.
Okay.
A mapley filling.
Okay.
I'm enjoying these Timbits.
I'm glad, man. Like, I just think it's rude if you come over to somebody's place, you don't bring something, man. I had to bring you something. And it's assorted, so there's variety for you.
What's your favorite go-to nostalgia topics? Forget engagement on TikTok for a minute here. Like, if just what hits Dave What pangs where can I hit you where you feel those pangs of nostalgia the hardest?
Dude, yeah, 80s movies,
Okay.
80s sports. That nails me. That gets me, man. Like, okay, 80s movies. It's not Canadian. The Last Fighter.
Jeff Bridges. I loved it.
That's Starman.
Oh.
That's Starman.
This is
1984.
the Disney one?
This is Last Starfighter.
That's Starfighter. That's Starman. You're right.
Starman. Yeah, with Karen Allen. Yeah.
Okay, remind me, talk a bit more about The Last Starfighter. 'Cause I sure I saw it. I just need to.
It's
visualize
iconic. It was kind of like a Star Wars ripoff, but basically, the concept is this guy in a small town USA playing arcade games, right? He's so good at it, right? Like just a shooting game. He's an intergalactic kind of game, right? So he's so good at it, all of a sudden, alien dude comes down from the sky and says, hey, buddy, you got talent. We need you up, in
Recruits
space. You got it. There's like some sort of intergalactic,
Okay.
craziness happening. And I believe the co-actor on there, co-star, she was Canadian, Edmonton native, Catherine, what's her name? Forget her name.
Mary Stewart. So her name is Catherine Mary Stewart.
There you go. She's Canadian in Edmonton, but it's a legendary. Okay, so obviously the CGI doesn't hold up, but all the fighting in space, it's very arcade-like. It's beautiful, man. I still love it. I know Seth Rogen wanted to redo it, do a reboot, but he couldn't get rights to it.
Right. Okay, fascinating. By the way, this Catherine Mary Stewart that you're referencing from Edmonton, Alberta.
Yep.
My wife is from Edmonton, Alberta. I feel obliged to help somebody with their Toronto Mike bingo card by pointing that out. But she was also in Weekend at Bernie's.
Correct. Yes. That's Andrew McCarthy, Jonathan Silverman. Yep. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
89. Yep.
Absolutely. So shout out The Last Starfighter. I'm sorry I confused it with Starman with Jeff Bridges, but shout out some other 80s movies that hit you in the nostalgia gut.
Do you remember Delirious? Okay.
With Eddie Murphy.
No, sorry, not Delirious. No. It was
a lot of F slurs in that one.
not Delirious. 87 movie, 1987. Oh man, Disorderlies.
Yes, with Fat Boys.
Fat Boys.
Watched it. Yeah,
Classic.
I was a big rap head, and I loved seeing the Fat Boys in a movie.
Oh my god, it's so funny how they're wheeling the old guy around and just the hijinks.
Disorderlies. I haven't thought of Disorderlies in a very long time. Actually, that's funny.
This is my area, Mike. Man, I love stuff like that. So it's for me, movies and sports. Time machine.
Well, then you know what movie you must love because it's the perfect crossroads of sports and movie, like hilarious movies from the 80s. The Naked Gun.
Love The Naked Gun. The first time I saw The Naked Gun, 1988. Well, I didn't see it. That was when it was released. I saw it a bit later. Okay. But man, that scene, Leslie Nielsen in the bathroom with the mic on, legendary.
It's still good. And you know that woman who was running, I think she was mayor or head of police or whatever. You know who she is?
No.
That's Tony Soprano's mom.
I did not know this.
Livia Soprano, who's I'll have to Google her real name, but yeah, that's you can see Tony Soprano's mom.
Did not know this, man.
But that scene you're describing, because I have 4 kids, and I just showed kid number 3 that scene, and he couldn't stop laughing either. It's so priceless because you think he's done. He ain't done, and he farts. Okay, it is just the best scene where he wears that mic to the urinal.
Do you remember Batteries Not Included?
Yes, I do. And don't tell me, Jessica Tandy?
Correct.
And her husband, whose name, you'll tell me his name in a minute, but he was in all those movies too. I think her real life husband, I think.
Hume Cronin?
Yep, that's him. He might be Canadian, right? Is he Canadian? You keep talking, I'll Google that one.
Yeah, so that...
yeah, he's Canadian.
For the listeners, it was like, what was this? All these alien-like appliances that came to life or something? Like...
Yeah. By the way, he's born in London, Ontario, Canada.
Totally random. I that's right. I forgot he was Canadian.
Yep, he went to University of Western Ontario.
I could do this all day, man.
You know what?
80s movie.
Very interesting because his mother, seems to be related to John Labatt.
Really?
Who is, of course, from the Labatt Enterprise. You know, we only drink Great Lakes beer on this show, but apparently there's some brewery named Labatt. I can't remember. Oh, Strange Brew is another great 80s movie with a lot of Toronto in it.
1983, yeah. That's with Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis. Who's the bad guy in that movie? He was like the bad... Max von Sydow?
Yes.
How do you get Max von Sydow? He was like a big deal back then.
I think there's a story behind that, but I can't remember. And maybe he thought he was in a different movie or something. That's what sometimes happens with these guys. But okay, hit me with a couple more here.
Okay,
One I always loved, Police Academy.
Oh, come on, man. It was shot in Toronto, the first one.
Near here, by the way.
Was it? Yeah, U of T, right?
Well, no,
U of T as well?
now it's Humber College, but it was like a Mimico insane asylum of some sort. But that's where the Commandant Lassard had his. Afterwards, we'll walk over and we'll pay our respects. You should take some video for your TikTok channel of Commandant Lassard's Police Academy.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. Yeah, Kim Cattrall was in that movie.
Yeah.
Steve Guttenberg. Who's the football, the big guy?
Hightower?
Hightower, Bubba Smith.
Bubba Smith, that's his name.
Dude, man, yeah. So
I shouldn't record while eating, but I am just inhaling these Timbits.
it's all good, man. But yeah, like, did you know Steven Spielberg loved the Police Academy movies?
I don't think I knew that necessarily, but
Apparently,
that's a mind blow unto itself. But I mean, we all did, so maybe he can lighten up and enjoy some lighter fare.
Okay, another movie under the radar. I don't know if you remember this. 1987, My Demon Lover.
No, you know what? Doesn't ring a bell off the top.
Scott Valentine.
I remember him, but it's My Demon Lover. Okay, so
Yeah.
he was in Family Ties, right?
You got it. And okay, so basically, he turned into a demon once he got aroused.
Okay.
1987.
Okay.
It's the 80s,
Well,
man.
that's all of us back then, I feel.
It's the 80s.
That's not even science fiction.
My Demon
Oh,
Lover.
I do remember.
You remember
Yeah,
this?
From VHS rental places, I remember this
Okay.
poster. I never picked it up, but yeah, he was famous big time. Mallory's boyfriend, right?
That's right. And this was his vehicle. This was his star vehicle. If he landed this,
My Demon Lover.
that was
right.
going to get him over the top, man.
Okay, yeah, I love it. I do remember this title. I don't know how I avoided watching it. Maybe Siskel and Ebert told me to avoid it. That's another nostalgia thing. I miss the days when I would find out because it was always moving around. It was in syndication, but I would make sure I caught Siskel and Ebert.
Yes.
Right, half an hour show. They'll review whatever 3 movies or whatever, and then based on that, I knew what to see in the theater. And I miss the old theaters. One of my go-to haunts was the Runnymede Theater,
Right.
which is literally now a Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and the Humber Odeon, which is closed. It's going to be condos or something. But
Oh, my gosh.
and I think if you went out west and somebody had a car, there was a theater at Sherway Gardens. Like,
Right.
so across of Queensway at Sherway Gardens, there was a theater there before they opened up the one I alluded to earlier, which is at Islington and Queensway. Right now, there's a theater at Islington and Queensway.
Yeah.
But I miss going to the local, and I'm not talking Blockbuster because there was one at Jane and Bloor, but we had a local video guy, and he would tell you what to rent. Like, I remember him saying, pre-Pulp Fiction, I remember him saying, you should watch this movie Reservoir Dogs. It's
Wow,
great. Like,
wow.
and I miss those guys. I think he got busted for dealing coke or something out of
Right.
that store. But I miss the independent local video store guy.
Dude, I never had that kind of relationship with local video store guys, but I hear ya. I had a few back in the day up in Brampton, but I never had guys reviewing. I know Quentin Tarantino was like a video
He worked at a video store.
That's right. He had the same kind of thing. But back in the day, I watched Siskel and Ebert. But did you watch the Canadian, like the movie show, Larry Page? Was it Larry?
Did he start Google?
No, exactly. No, it was 1989. It was out in Calgary. It was called The Movie Show. Larry and his wife, who was now like a sports author, who wrote the book on the Wayne Gretzky and stuff.
Oh, wow.
The Movie Show, 1989. I was all over that, man.
So you discovered a CanCon version of basically a movie review, like with Siskel and Ebert.
Well, I don't know if it was a
comedians.
review show. It was more like it showed what movies were coming out, kind of thing. So it was like it was a movie show, but not a critique show. But so it was a nice compliment, I
But
guess.
do you remember what channel you'd watch this on? Like, was this a global
Dude.
thing? Was it a CBC thing?
Might have been it might have been a Global or CHCH.
Oh, Hamilton. Okay.
Possible. The Movie Show, 89. Man,
Okay, speaking of CHCH, do you have any pangs of nostalgia for the hilarious House of Frightenstein?
I used to watch that as a kid.
Sure.
It was such a trip back in the day. All the colors, it was always dark colors and lightning,
greens, yeah.
lightning. I remember that as a kid.
Billy Van.
That's right. And I remember the makeup, like just like everyone had like dark eyes.
Vincent Price. That's where you first discovered Vincent Price. And then you realize, oh, this is the guy in the Thriller.
You got
Michael Jackson's Thriller. That's him.
He apparently batched those episodes in like one summer or one recording or something.
We call that pulling a Dina Pugliese. That's what we call that.
Is that
you
what that
batch
is?
record and then trick people.
Well, that's what he did, and apparently he was hurt for money at the time. That's why he took the gig or something like that.
No surprise there. No surprise there. But yeah, what a get that was, getting Vincent Price in the mix there. What about like it's funny because my youngest, who's now she's about to turn 10, but she had a gift card. She had a couple of gift cards for Toys R Us because we have one near the aforementioned Sherway Gardens here in South Etobicoke. And then the news hit the wire that the Canadian Toys R Us was declaring bankruptcy.
Yes.
And you could basically, you use those gift cards or you lose those gift cards. And you had until, I think it was a Family Day, I think, or something like that. It was recent. And we went to Sherway so she could drain these gift cards because you couldn't get that money. But I'm in there and there's the giraffe. What's the giraffe's name? Jeffrey.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm thinking, oh, that's it. Like, here's another one of those nostalgia things. Like, Toys R Us, like a toy store, like that's it. We're done with Toys R Us now. That's the end of a nostalgic era.
Absolutely. I remember very vividly going to Toys R Us like very rarely. Like my parents, like they were hardworking people. They worked at the chicken factory back in the 80s. Never had much time to like help us go to different places or had the money. So every once in a while we would go to like a Toys R Us. I remember one time. You got the toys, but I found a $50 bill, man. Mike, that made my day. And my mom never
That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, my mom never told me to like give it back to the store. So I just pocketed it, and there he goes. I still remember it to this day. I don't remember the toys as much. I remember the gain right there, man.
Did you ever work at the chicken factory?
I did back in 1996. I was there for a few months. Hanging bloody chickens on hooks, shoveling chicken guts in buckets. Gives you a lot of perspective, Mike. I was there.
I thought that might make you a vegetarian.
No, surprisingly not. No, I still eat chicken to this day, man, but a very formative experience, that's for sure, man, because ever since then, it's, I've been very appreciative of every step of the career journey, that's for sure.
Well, true or false?
Yeah.
Are you Dave, FOTM Dave, you're now a friend of Toronto Mike?
Thanks, man.
Add that to your CV, okay?
Okay. So, Mike, I gotta admit, man, because we've been chatting.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was in the doghouse a little bit because you're like I thought you got.
You should be honored to be in my doghouse.
For sure, man. Whatever. But man, this is an honor. I thought I offended you, but this is great, man. I appreciate it.
I like to do this thing where I pretend I'm offended. Like, this is a thing I'll do.
Okay.
Because, of course, I don't give it. I'm not offended that you didn't think I remembered the 150-meter race between my friend Donovan Bailey and Michael Johnson, which would have been a 97 thing, in which I'm like, if I do the math, I'm in my early 20s. Like, did I get blackout blitzed and just forgot I just disappeared for 6 months or something? How could I not be aware all over? Sports fan, a fan of Canadiana, watched the Olympics on TV from 96, rooted for Donovan on subsequent Saturday nights. How could I not be aware of Michael Johnson versus Donovan Bailey in a 150-meter race at Skydome? Tell me.
All right, so I'm sensing a bit of defensiveness right now.
Just kidding. But here's a big question for you.
Yeah.
True or false?
Yes.
Are you a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
This is true. Yes. Okay. Do you want me to go into the story?
You have to, because that's a mind blow.
So your listeners will care? This is, yeah?
Well, I'd actually never cared if my listeners care. I care.
Okay, you care.
I care.
Okay, so this is basically it. Okay, so let's harken back to the year 2007, okay? I had just parted ways with the score. I was, downtrodden a little bit. And I thought,
Why did you part ways with the score?
Well, you know what? It was time. Like, basically...
you were fired.
Pretty much. No,
it was time. They fired me.
No, it ran its due course. There's a long story behind it, but it was a great run. Anyway, so after that, so I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do right now? Just trying to figure out the next step. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go on Craigslist for some odd reason, see if there's any opportunities out there. I see this ad, Mike, for a Marvel film. You're looking for background extras, okay? And they're looking for business people extras.
Okay.
So I submit my picture, tell them who I am, then bada boom, bada bing.
That's where they saw the strippers on The Sopranos. Bada bing.
Exactly, man. So then I get the email back and saying, hey, man, yeah, let's do it up. So That's how I got it. So where I shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was one location, the iconic location was just south of King and Yonge.
Yeah.
There's like a cul-de-sac there. I think it's Melissa Street. I want to say it's Melissa.
That's where people film in Toronto when they want to pretend they're in New York.
There
King
you go.
and Yonge.
There you go. So there was that cul-de-sac there. And so, yeah, I'm dressed up as a businessman and I got glasses on, got a briefcase, all that sort of thing, right? So originally in the scene, the scene calls for...
Wait, which movie are we talking about?
Oh, sorry, The Incredible Hulk. My apologies.
Oh,
2008.
okay.
My apologies, yes.
So remind us, is this Eric Bana? Who is the Incredible
This is
Hulk?
Edward Norton.
Yes, I remember that was filmed here.
And
right.
Liv Tyler.
Right.
Okay, so...
Norton, okay.
So let's back up here. So we're at the scene here. Okay, so the scene is it's Ed Norton, Liv Tyler. They just get out of a taxi cab off Yonge, like right at Melissa Street, right? And there's supposed to be extras just walking behind them as they get out, right?
Right.
Originally in that scene, Mike, I was about 200 feet away behind those guys, way back in the cul-de-sac, right? Every take. Okay, first I'm like, okay, dude, I'm too far from that camera. I got to make a move. This could be my only shot to get on camera, okay? So every take they did, I went forward. No one caught me. Then before I knew it, I was like 200 feet back. I was like way back.
Right.
Before I knew it, I was
Right.
literally the space that I'm with Mike and I right now, like
Right.
a foot behind Ed Norton and Liv Tyler, man. So anyway, I think nothing of it. I did the walking. I did power walking, all that sort of thing. I was into my character as a businessman. I had to be someplace.
Right.
Okay, so, and we shot the scene. I don't know if I'm in the movie. Okay, so that's shot. So fast forward 2008. The Incredible Hulk is coming out in June of 2008, right? So it comes out. I get a message from like my cousin in Cardiff, Wales. He's like, dude, you're in the movie.
Wow.
I'm like, no, man. I told my girlfriend at the time, now wife, I'm like, we got to go to this thing.
Sure.
So we get to the theater. I think it was we went to Eglinton Town Center, the theater over there in 2008. We're sitting there. She brought her friend. And so we get in the theater. We're sitting down. Packed house. Okay, remember, The Incredible Hulk made over $100 million in a total box office run domestically. Okay, so it was a thing. So we're sitting down about, 42 minutes into the movie. I want to say 42, 48. I don't know. All of a sudden, the scene where Ed Norton, Liv Tyler, they're in this crazy New York taxi cab. They get out, Liv Tyler screaming at the taxi driver. You'll know what scene once you see the movie.
Right.
She gets out, slams the door, right? Then directly in behind Ed Norton and Liv Tyler, amongst many extras, is me directly behind them. I flush. Like at one point, I'm right in between them. On camera for 4 seconds. And
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi,
You got it.
4 Mississippi. That's a long time.
it's a long time. And you go online, you can see it. It's there. Like I posted it because I was so proud of it. Anyway, but earlier in that cut, you'll notice that the director made a mistake. Louis Leterrier, as a director, okay? I was actually I was walking originally in front of Liv Tyler and Ed Norton, and I did like a little turn, like a left turn, and the director kept it in. So when Liv Tyler gets out, you see me do a turn, and then I go behind them. So they made a mistake. The guy made a mistake. He kept that part of it in, which it extended my on-screen time.
As we learned from Monopoly,
Yes.
banking error in your favor, collect $10. Right? Director mistake in your favor. You're now a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, it's awesome.
Now, I don't want to rain on your parade here, but am I nuts? But did Marvel kick that version of the Hulk out of their cinematic universe because of their Mark Ruffalo Hulk stuff?
They did their best to
does it count as this? I know it's a Marvel. It can't take away the fact that film existed and did quite well, stars some very famous people. But I feel like maybe after Iron Man and everything blows up, that they're like,
Right.
oh no, it starts now, and that one doesn't count as the cinematic universe. But I don't want to detract because you want to say, hey, I'm Dave.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you know what I say in this instance? Print the legend. Okay? So on
Thank
that
you.
note, though,
Thank
this is
you.
my segue. So
Yeah.
you have a
Yes.
very popular YouTube channel. Is that what it's called? A channel?
TikTok channel.
TikTok. Did I say YouTube? Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God,
did.
that's
It's
because
okay.
I rolled off the tongue. Okay.
No worries, man.
So you have a Canadian nostalgia TikTok channel.
Yes.
Millions of views, okay?
Yes.
Built on your the 80s and the 90s memories that get Canadians like me to engage. You're now going by the handle Dave Mendonca, Canada's nostalgia guy. This channel is called Nostalgia AEH and then question mark, sorry. Nostalgia A. What are your thoughts, Dave, on using AI to create content for this TikTok channel?
That's not going to happen. Not for me. Like, yeah, we don't do that here. Like, you're going to see my kisser, my face in front of the camera.
You're a handsome guy.
Yeah. You're going to see me, man. There's going to be no AI involved. You know, there'll be AI research. Maybe I'll consult with ChatGPT.
Okay, so you'll use it as the way you would use Google or whatever.
You got it,
But,
yeah.
but you're not going to. So the reason I bring that up is because sometimes I'll just go on Facebook
Yeah.
and I won't be, following these channels, but maybe there's something in the algorithm that says, oh, this guy likes Toronto history, let's say.
Sure.
And they'll serve me up like these accounts with Toronto history.
Right.
And I'll be looking at the graphic and they'll be like, oh, here's a picture of, I don't know, King Station when the TTC opened or something. And right away I'm looking at it and I'm like, that is AI slop. That's not
Right.
an actual photograph, but they
Right.
present it as if it's a real
Wow.
photograph. This is happening all the time. And it really freaks me out because it's like,
Okay.
I know it's fake,
Sure.
but I'm drawn into the comments. I'll see 54 comments and people will be like, oh, better days for this city. Like, oh, I remember that. Oh, seeing that ad in the windows for Shopsies, I remember. And I'm like, oh my God, they believe this slop. They believe it's real. We are in big fucking trouble, Dave. You can't use AI slop on your channel. You need to stick to the facts. You have to give people real history.
Absolutely. That's what I'm about, Mike, man. I'm not going to do you dirty like that. Forget it, man.
If I see any AI, someone will have to see it and report it to me because I'm not on TikTok.
He's not on TikTok, guys.
Okay. Tell me, before we say goodbye here.
Yeah.
Because you're not using AI slop on that channel, you do get your lasagna. Okay, I was going to withhold
thanks,
it.
man. Like, dude, I was kind of scared for a bit. I thought I wouldn't get it.
Don't be scared, Dave. You're in a safe space here. On our way out, like literally anything that when maybe on your drive here, you're like, I hope I get to mention this, that. Did I miss anything you want to convey to everybody? I love talking nostalgia. I enjoyed meeting you. We're going to take a photo by Toronto Tree. This is your chance before I play you out.
Right.
Anything burning in that big brain of yours?
So, where exactly were you born? Like
St. Joseph's Health Center.
Me
in
too.
Parkdale.
You?
Yeah.
I was born in St. Joe's.
Okay,
No way.
I rode by it yesterday and I noticed there's a guy named Gilgan, Gilgan, and he's got his face on the side of St. Joe's, and I see the big letters and it says the Gilgan family wing.
Yeah.
And now I'm curious, who's this Gilgan guy and how does he get all over this hospital?
Yeah.
Also, 2 of my 4 kids were born at St. Joe's. Okay,
No way.
I love that hospital. It turns out he's the Mattamy Homes guy, and he gave them $60 million.
Wow.
And that, Dave, is how you get your face and name on a hospital. You have to give them $60 million.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. This guy Gilgan, he made a mint from he made big time money from Mattamy Homes. Anyway, that was just yesterday that I had that thought process because Summer McIntosh is also seen, and she doesn't have Mattamy Homes money, but she's got more medals than the great Donovan Bailey.
Nice.
And more to come in Los Angeles. But why did you want to know about where I was born?
Because doing research on you, man. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like it's tight-lipped. I'm not.
You just have to ask me, where were you born? I'll tell you.
Well,
I don't think people care.
I
Where,
care, man.
where
That's
this
why
podcaster was born.
I want to know your roots, man.
Toronto. I was born. Yeah, I went to.
Okay.
I went to St. Cecilia's at Runnymede in a net area of Toronto.
Okay,
That's where
okay.
I went, and then I switched to St. Pius, which is Jane and Bloor.
Right.
Finished grade 8 there, and then I went to Michael Power High School, and I was the last graduating class from the original Michael Power location.
Wow.
And then I went to U of T, St. Michael's College, and I got a degree. And then I started working. And then since 2018, I have run my own digital services company called TMDS. And
Awesome.
now I only eat what I kill. That's the difference. I can't lean back and let the paycheck come in every couple of weeks. I eat what I kill. And that is where we are in 2026.
Wow. Impressive. Well, listen, man, this has been great. I appreciate it. Like, you're a legend, man.
Well,
Appreciate
you're doing what I love, which is you're sharing this nostalgia with people, and I wish you luck because I love talking about places like Consumers Distributing and I'm blanking all the 80s Blue Jays baseball. Let me talk to Rance Mulliniks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Michael Johnson versus Donovan Bailey at the Dome. All this stuff, I love to talk about it.
Awesome, man.
So thanks
It's been
for coming
great.
over and giving me these donuts, man.
And thanks for the pasta.
Pizza pasta made perfect. Shout out to Dennis Weaver. Did you ever go to Mother's?
No, did not. No.
We'll build a time machine and we'll go together. We'll get a root beer float together.
Nice.
Nice. When you're making that content for TikTok, how much work would it be to say, oh, I'm also going to put it on Instagram? Like, is it just, no, I'm TikTok only. This is the future.
Yeah, it's a busy life I lead, man. So I'm just focusing on
What
TikTok.
else are you doing?
Dude, raising a family, man.
How many kids you got?
Got 2.
That didn't take any time at all, okay? Just kidding with you.
It's all good.
It's all good. Maybe one day I'll be on TikTok. You never know
You
what the
should,
future
man.
holds. Well, it's just
You
one
should.
more thing, and it just didn't
Yeah.
draw me in. I'll be honest, I felt, and it's funny because you're targeting people who can remember the 80s and 90s. I felt too old for TikTok.
No,
Like,
man.
I felt like it was a younger crowd, and they don't want Grandpa there.
No, man. We're there, man. Gen X's are there.
Grandpa's coming. Well, you know what? That'll get rid of the kids. It's like Facebook. We were there.
Yep.
Boomers came in, and we said, it's all yours, brother.
That's right.
Take it. We'll go somewhere else. And then I went somewhere else, and Elon Musk bought it and fucked it all up. And now I'm a nomad. I'm like, oh, blue sky right now, but we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
Don't forget your lasagna, Mr. Mendonca, and we'll take a nice photo by Toronto Tree. And
Awesome, man.
thanks for this chat today.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of our 1,856. Does that number sound right to you? I wish, you don't know. I'm going to go to my own website, torontomike.com, and I'm going to go to the podcast button, and I'm going to see that is the correct number. Linda Cash was 1855. This is episode 1856. You can also go to torontomike.com for all your Toronto Mike needs. I want to tell people I'm at the Alma Combo on May 21st, 2026. That's the truth. You can buy a ticket and see me there. One-man show with Rob Pruce on keyboards. What a night to remember. And if you miss it, you miss it. Do you remember Babe Bluer Radio and those ads?
Of
you
course.
miss it, you
I'm a
miss it.
fan. Yeah, man.
Mendelssohn. Mark Mendelssohn? Yeah, it was Mendelssohn.
Yeah,
his family name.
yeah. I remember.
For $60 million, they could be on the side of St. Joseph's Health Center, too. So go to torontomike.com, hit Elmo Gig at the top, and buy a couple of tickets. And I'll see you May 21st, 2026. Much love to all who made this possible. That is Great Lakes Brewery. We'll have a TMLX there in late June, so last Thursday of June. Palma Pasta, got your lasagna, Dave?
Yep.
Nick Aini's new podcast is called Mike and Nick. RecycleMyElectronics.ca and Ridley Funeral Home. See you all Wednesday. While Gino Vanelli sings in the background. Much love to Gino. But next episode will be Wednesday with, I can't wait to talk to this woman. Her name is Victoria Lord. And then it's Rewinder with Blair Packham on Thursday and a big Nash the Slash episode on Friday. Don't you dare miss it. See you all then.